Hello everyone. This video is to demonstrate the creation of dedicated left turn lanes at an intersection. So let's open up the project file here. This is what the overall alignment looks like. We want to create dedicated left turn lanes in this intersection here, which is River Road at Royalton Road. So let's go ahead and zoom into that area here. I have a bookmark here that can take me there. So here it is. Now, this is not the original file or roadway system that came with the program when this area was downloaded from the cloud. So these lanes and intersections were created manually to match what is in the field right now. So currently there is a dedicated left turn lane on all four sides with a through and right lane combination on all four sides. As you can see here, the problem with this setup is that the through lanes don't match on either side. So the through lane over here is outside of the roadway here. And also the left lane here matches with the through lane on the other side. In reality, on the field, the left turn lanes match each other in the opposing directions, and the through lanes are able to continue through the intersection without being obstructed or needing to have to change direction. The problem in this case is because the right turn lane was added as a transition in the component roads of InfraWorks to create an extra lane from the original 2-lane to create a 3-lane overall at this junction. So what this does is that it adds lanes to the right side, and it adds lanes on the right side on the opposing direction, which creates a mismatch for the through lanes at the intersection. So in this tutorial, we are going to try to create a dedicated left turn lane that matches the ground conditions of this intersection. These are some of the trials that we did previously. Thanks to Jeff Bartels for his video. These are intersections in which the alignment is shifted to change the style on opposing directions to create left turn lanes. We now have a different way of doing this in InfraWorks, and we're going to explore that here. So first and foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a roadway that resembles this intersection, and I'm going to use the roads, and I'm going to choose the summer hardwood style from the draw style menu, which is a boulevard of 4 lanes with a green space in between. So I'm going to choose this. I'm going to draw this design road roughly to match Royalton and River Road. So I'm going to create this over here roughly to look similar to River Road. I have that curvature, and now I'm going to create a crossroad that matches Royalton. So I'm going to cross over this over here, and there it is. Now I have a default roadway that is directly from the style menu. As you can see, it has trees and all those things. These can be changed, removed, added. All those things are done through the city furniture option. We are interested now in creating a dedicated left turn lane from the median here. So since this is a design road, I'm going to convert this into a component road by right-clicking and choosing the component road feature. As you can see, it immediately puts in all the geometric details of the roadway alignment when it is converted to a component road. We still don't have a true intersection here because this road here is not a component road yet. When I create this using the same feature as I did last time, the crossroad also becomes a component road as shown with the geometrical details of the highway. And now you can see the lane markings and also the intersection. Now I have a true intersection here that has lane configurations, intersection dimensions, and everything designed for the type of vehicle. And since this is a highway, I need to convert this into a roadway that can be used by trucks. So I'm going to go over here to the intersection menu and change the design vehicle from a regular car to an 18-wheeler, which will immediately change the radius of the intersection so that the truck can make the turns. So I have it nearly like I want it to be here on the actual intersection, and this is pretty close to it. So now I want the dedicated left turn lane created through this median and a buffer zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the style palette here and modify the intersection style through this menu here. So you can either double click the name here or click the pencil here, which will open this detailed view of the intersection. Here you can see that the default setting is for a median width of 2 meters, which is not sufficient for a roadway. As you can see, the roadway is 3 meters. So I'm going to manually change the median green space to 3 meters here, which updates as seen here in the preview. I'm going to for now keep the lanes as 2 forward and 2 backward, which are 2 forward and 2 backward. And I'm going to click OK, which will update my model here for the median width to change to 2 meters. However, in this case, I converted it to component road, so it will no longer do that. So I'm going to undo some of these actions here. So let's see here. Because the style has to be changed when it is not yet a component road. So I'm going to undo the changes that I made. So I'm going to go back to the point where it was still a design road. So as you can see here, okay, now we are back to the original state that it was. And I'm going to go back here and change the boulevard green space to 3 meters. And I'm going to say OK. And that should update the width of the median space here. There we go. So now the median width is the same as the roadway width. So I'm going to change this now, like previously, to a component road in both the directions. And that gives me the lane markings. I'm going to close the style palette window here. And I'm also going to change the design vehicle like we did into a WB40, which is the standard AASHTO vehicle for a highway roadway design for turn radiuses. So now we have a true intersection again with 4 pieces of the intersection and a design vehicle of that. And now I'm going to change this to a dedicated left turn lane. Since I've changed this to the width of the median, now I can go ahead here and choose the intersection, at which point I'm able to choose the different portions of the roadway itself on the intersection. So I'm going to click on the median green space here. And when I do that, I get a handle, which is to add a center turn lane. Now I will get this option only if the roadway width matches the minimum requirements for the road and the design vehicle. So now I'm going to grab this, and as you can see, when I do that, it puts a transition and a dedicated turn lane for the left turn lane. I'm going to drag this all the way to here. Let's try that one more time. Over here. There we go. So now we have a dedicated left turn lane with a buffer zone here. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to drag this all the way back here. Click outside. And now I have a left turn lane on the other side. I'm going to do the same thing on the other intersections. I'm going to drag a left turn lane here. And a left turn lane here. So now we have dedicated left turn lanes on all four sides with the through lanes matching and the right turn lanes having a lane to turn into in the correct spot. And the right turn lane shows dedicated here. Now I can change this to a right and through lane because I have two lanes on this side. So the way to do that is to go here, select the overall buffer of the turn lane, and I get the options of lane configuration. So I'm going to do this, change this into a left turn and through lane. So now I'm going to do the same thing on this side, left and right, and through lane combination, same thing on that side, and the same on the other side. Now, all the through lanes match. The right turn can also be made from the rightmost lane into a matching lane over here. So if I zoom into this in 3D, you can see that there are some issues here, which is because of the curb. And in our case, we will be changing this curb into a double yellow line, and we'll be changing this from a 2-lane to 3-lane into a 1-lane to a 2-lane with a dedicated left lane and a through lane. So this is the methodology that is going to be used for the project at all the intersections. This same concept can be extended to a T intersection where this lane doesn't exist and a through lane with a T intersection here. So the way to change the style later is to have a split feature at this location where this change of lane stops and change this style into a 2-lane road, 1 lane in each direction with a center stripe of a double yellow lane. And at this split feature location, apply the transition through style. And we can match the exact roadways in all the places of intersection on this project where the truck movement are required. Now, in reality, when there is snow on the road, these lane markings will not be visible. However, the matching of the through lanes are required because the traffic lights are going to show what the lane configuration is. For example, here, the traffic lights are going to have signs that show what the through lanes and what the lane configuration is, basically something that looks like this at the intersection in each direction. So this will now match what is exactly on the field and will not create conflict for through traffic. So this is the first video in the series to show a dedicated left turn lane. The next videos will show how to configure these other elements of the roadways, such as the sidewalks, the green space, the curbs, and all these additional elements to match